All right, so I'm a big believer in the idea that context is really important. What I mean by that is if I were to tell you that I scored 25 points in a basketball game, you'd probably think that was pretty good. Like, that's a pretty good stat line. But if I also told you that it took me 50 shots to score 25 points and my team lost by 45, maybe not so much, and kind of a selfish player. Or if I'm a goalie on a soccer team and over the course of a game, I block 15 shots or I make 15 saves, right? Pretty decent, probably compared to the rest of the competition. But if I also gave up 15 goals, man, those 15 saves sort of become obsolete, right? Context is really important. There's this moment in the Gospels, Mark chapter 12, where Jesus is sitting across where people are coming up and giving their offering to the temple. And he's kind of observing who's coming up and what they're doing. And there's a string of very wealthy men that come up and give large sums of money, probably more money than the majority of the population would be willing to give or could give, right? And so he's observing this, and then he sees this elderly widow who kind of stumbles up to the area where she's going to give her offering, and she just puts in very little in comparison to what the wealthy men gave. Yet Jesus brings his disciples over and says, hey, listen, see that woman? See that widow? She gave more than even what the wealthy men gave, because she gave everything she had. Everything she had to live on, everything, her entire livelihood, she entrusted to God. That's the kind of faith she had. So when I look at her gift, I see that gift is greater than even what the wealthy men gave. Context is important. She gave even when it hurt, even when it was hard. And when you think about love, for instance, like loving someone, when that love is reciprocated, is kind of easy. Like it's natural. It's something you want to do. Loving someone who hates you is really difficult. It's not something we're naturally drawn to. Or serving someone who is actively and eager to serve you is just something like you want to do. Like it makes sense. It seems right. But serving someone who is often self-centered and kind of more focused on their own wants and needs and desires, that's a little bit more difficult. Yet this is precisely how Jesus demonstrates his love for us. We are unworthy, we are undeserving, often unwilling to reciprocate the love that Christ has shown us, yet he still shows it time and time again. So my question for you all, are we loving when it's easy? Are we loving, are we giving, are we serving even when it's difficult?